Hey guys, Toby here from Hadler Fitness. Alright, so today we are going to go through protein. So what the differences between protein are, what really matters, and what is the best approach to actually taking protein supplementation, all that kind of good stuff. And we're going to debunk a couple of myths. Alright, so first off, I want to disclose like a disclaimer. Protein doesn't get you ripped, alright? So that dude that you see on the front of the magazine like this, Men's Health, Men's Fitness, even on the front of the protein tub, like, you got to understand these guys may be supplementing anabolic steroids, they may be just a genetic freak, or they might have like over 10 years experience of training. So you can't compare your chapter 1 to their chapter 10. So like even myself, I've been training close to 10 years. I've made all the mistakes. I currently don't take protein, really any supplementation. The only supplements I currently take at the moment is creatine, just because it just helps with recovery and lifting. Or personally, that's what I believe, and that's what some of the literature tells us. Alright, so with protein, so when you buy it, obviously majority of the protein industry is revolved around like milk. So you got WPC, whey protein concentrate, WPI, whey protein isolate, and WPH, whey protein hydrolysate. So you got to understand, with protein, it's quite expensive. Do you need protein? No, you do not need protein. So your pre and post shake and intra workouts aren't going to make you look like that guy in the magazine, aren't going to make you look like Arnold. So this is what you have to understand. What really matters, what it all comes down to, is like your program variables, your genetic potential, and whether you're eating enough protein. Okay, so here's the recommendations covered off on a few studies that the experts recommend. So generally a sedentary person will be anywhere between 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of body weight. So their daily intake of protein is going to be between 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. All right, so for a 100 kilo male, that will look like maybe 100 grams of protein a day. So 70 to 100 grams of protein a day, roughly. You got to understand this is a ballpark figure. And then you got to understand the difference between someone who works out and someone who doesn't. All right, so for someone who works out, 1.4 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram body weight. So I understand I've gone from imperial to metrical, imperial to metric, but you have to understand, generally if you're a 100 kilo male and you go to the gym, you want to be consuming anywhere from 180 roughly to 220 grams of protein a day. That may seem like a lot of protein, but for a 100 kilo male that goes to the gym, his daily intake of calories may be around like anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000, depending on his size, his weight, his height, how active he is, and what he's trying to achieve. Alright, so we're just going to debunk a few myths here. So you have to understand with working out and taking supplementation, the supplementation is like 2 to 5% of what really matters. So if you aren't working out hard enough, you aren't providing yourself the right stimulus, you aren't working out frequently enough, you aren't doing enough sets and reps, you aren't working out hard enough, again, your variables to elicit muscle growth, like that stimulus to grow, isn't going to be there. So taking that supplementation isn't going to do anything. So you got to push yourself outside your comfort zone, lift some heavy weights for a good amount of reps. So generally you want to do like hypertrophy rep range, just for beginners, that 8 to 15 repetitions for 3 sets with 1 to 2 minutes rest breaks, covering all muscle groups. You want to do that a few times a week. So that's just the bare basics of periodization and working out. And then you want to be consuming enough calories to be maybe at a caloric maintenance or a caloric surplus or deficit based on your goals. So there's so many different variables that matter. But this isn't for this video. We aren't going to get right into that. So that's just one variable that you have to understand. Then your genetics, and then you've got underlying health conditions like disease and all that kind of stuff, whether you might have an overactive or underactive thyroid. Medication, especially like the pill for women, is massive, like for weight gain, and whether you're protein tolerant, like whether you can actually have whey protein, like whether you might be better off on like a pea protein or soy-based protein, or whether you should just get it from foods, like you can't take dairy products at all, okay? So we're just gonna crack right in. So when it comes down to money, I would recommend getting WPC, okay? Because obviously it's not as refined. So whey protein concentrate, you've got your protein in there, it's gonna have fats, it's gonna have a certain amount of carbs, and it's gonna have lactose. And then when you go to the WPI, it's gonna be a little bit more pricey, so it's gonna cost you a little bit more money. But it is like roughly 90% whey protein isolate, so they take the fats and the carbs out, and there's less lactose and kind of leftover byproducts of the part where they extract it from the milk, okay? So it's just more concentrated, so it's more refined, hence why it costs more money, okay? And then you have the WPH, and that's even more refined. That's more of a pre-digested protein, so that in itself is even more expensive than WPI. So you can take, some people take that as an intra-workout or even after and during that anabolic window, so to say, they take that. But overall, out of the WPI, the WPC, the WPH, what really matters is your daily intake of protein. If you don't have enough protein and you're not working it hard enough, you're not giving yourself a stimulus to grow, it's basically pointless taking it, okay? So the only reasons people will take protein is because it's easily accessible. So protein can be used as a meal replacement, supplement a good diet, and it can help you build a little bit more muscle. It can give you a little bit more of an edge. So it can, like, obviously there's so many different variables why people take it, but if you're a bit strapped for cash, you don't have to take it. You can get it from real food. So we're talking like meats, vegetables, fruits, like all that stuff that's in the food pyramid. You want to take that. So you want to be eating enough calories based on your goals. So your calories in, calories out is what determines weight loss or weight gain or maintaining. And then you got to have the right workout program to go with it. But personally, my recommendations are sort out your program, seek a mentor, or trial it out yourself, make your own mistakes, whatever. So get a good program, work out together, get in the gym, get the work done, provide yourself a stimulus to actually grow. Sort out your diet, make sure you're eating healthy meats. Like, it doesn't really matter whether you eat meat or not, like whether you're vegetarian. Make sure you eat the good healthy food groups, you're getting enough protein, fats, and carbs in based on your dietary goals, all right? And then this, on top of supplementation, will help you get to your goals, your dreams, all right? So, and don't compare yourself to anyone else. Stop comparing yourself to old mate that's in men's health, or the women that's in like women's health, or like whatever it is. Stop comparing yourself to other people. They have different genetics, have probably been training longer than you, and like heaps of other different variables, and they might be using Photoshop on top of that. So you can't compare. But do not let this stop you from doing what you want to do, okay? You want to be the best version of yourself. Consistency, hard work, and a good diet, that's what's going to get you there, right? So there, you can fast track your success or your goals, like progressing and become better by seeking a mentor, getting the right program, sorting out the right diet. But all this has to be suited to your lifestyle, what you can achieve, okay? What is realistic? Don't shoot for like the unrealistic, like 6 or 7 days of training. Like start off with 3, 4, work your way up, find what works for you, and get something that can happen for a long time, longevity, something that you can stick to. Doing a 12-week training program, then stopping and thinking you're gonna maintain that, it's just not gonna happen. Like, this is a lifestyle, okay? That's one thing you have to understand. If you have any questions about WPI, WPC, WPH, shoot them below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Here's a sweet little workout edit from the other day. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next vid.
Never felt quite this great. Ecstasy, Nirvana, is this the afterlife? No sounds surround us. No sounds.
love if you feel like I do right now. Don't say